Good morning, cutie pies. We are gonna make a little smoothie to kick off the morning. Morning. I really don't want to cook full breakfast, but I am kind of hungry and I do have to get through some sausage. I don't think this smoothie is going to be enough. So let's get cracking.
I'm gonna tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I'll miss you. I'll miss you if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell your mama, I tell your papa too. I'm gonna let everyone know about my love, so I really hope you love me too. Yeah, I really hope you love me too. I'm gonna tell you that I need you. I need you every day. You'll get weary of my touch, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I want you.
That was delicious, but I'm full. All right, I'm gonna get to work and I'll see you at lunch. Hello. Okay, it's lunchtime. I have a busy day, but thankfully I did my meal prep this week. Don't judge me. Don't look. I actually need to put my dishes away before I make some lunch, so. This is not actually the bowl I want to use. There we go. So we're just gonna use a bunch of leftovers or things I have in my fridge to make a really fresh, green, crunchy, light chicken wrap. I got these from when I made dinner for friends earlier this week. So I'm just gonna heat one up in the toaster oven. And then I'm just gonna try to work through all these things before they go bad in my fridge, which is the story of my life. I bought these packets of cabbage earlier this week because I was gonna make a big salad for my friend dinner, but then I ran out of time, so I'm gonna have to use it up because these are 10 minutes away from going bad. What's happening? Okay, it's just a little of the green cabbage because I can use this for tomorrow's lunch. Tomorrow. If it makes it that far. Then I also got these pomegranates. I normally don't use this much plastic, please don't judge me, but I had a friend dinner planned and my work day got away from me, so I had way less time to cook dinner for everyone than I thought, and so I leaned on some pre-packaged options, okay? So I'm gonna throw some pomegranate seeds in here. I originally bought these to make a cucumber pomegranate salad to go with dinner, which, ooh, that reminds me. I've got cucumbers, baby! Oh my god, this is actually gonna be so good. I'm so excited. Ooh, and I have feta. What the heck? Ooh. Hi. I hope you're having a good lunch. Okay, so I've been drinking these Olipop, and at first I wasn't a fan. I was like, oh god, what is this? But I'm kind of warming up to them, to be honest. Like it's weird for sure, but then you kind of get used to it. Great salesperson. All right, so I have red and green cabbage, cucumber, pomegranate seeds, chicken breast that I meal prepped over the weekend. What else? And then I just had like a vinaigrette dressing and some pepper. I also had this pita from a dinner with friends. I thought that it was going to be able to open and I could stuff all of this in here, but that was not the case. Very good. God, I just love a simple, easy lunch. Like that literally took 5 minutes to put together. Of course, I had done a little meal prep before. I had the red and green cabbage pre-made from the store for what was a previous cooking project, Hope. That ended up falling through. But honestly, like you get a half a head of cabbage at the store, it would take you less than 5 minutes to slice what you would need over the next 2 or 3 lunches. Ooh, please hold. I have tzatziki. I cooked a meal for friends earlier this week as like an early spring dinner, like spring, like celebrating the spring equinox. And the only reason why it was early is because I looked at the calendar and literally thought we were a week ahead. I thought it was March 17th or 18th, not March 10th. When my friends got to my place and saw what I was cooking and heard why, they were like, oh my god, you're so cute, and like also a week early. But also, spring is here. Spring is in New York, baby. It's crazy. 3 weeks ago, we were being pelted down with rain, 40-mile-per-hour gusts of wind. I wasn't leaving my house. Now, mid-60s. Like, look at what I'm wearing. I've been living in sweatpants for the past 4 months. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to learn how to go back outside. I mean, I do have my daily park box, but I've been in a puffer coat, in like oversized men's jeans, dad tennis shoes, a beanie from my dad's workplace. I've looked like a 12-year-old boy for the past 4 months. I'm gonna have to do some spring cleaning around here. You know what I mean? Especially as I start dating again. No, but seriously, guys, what am I gonna do when it's full-blown spring? When it's 70 degrees? What am I gonna do when it's 80 degrees? Having lived in LA for the past 14 years, like there are seasons there. People are like, LA doesn't have seasons. They do, it's just a milder climate. Like it's a Mediterranean climate. So the swings in temperature are just not that dramatic. In Northern California, where I grew up, we had more seasons. Like it wasn't unusual for us to get snow in the winter. Summers were scorching hot. And we had proper spring and autumn, which I loved and missed when I moved to LA. But I haven't been in that type of environment for a long time because I lived in LA for so long. And I kind of forgot how I can get so lost in a season. Like I just fully immerse myself in it, and I fully immersed myself in this winter. I was a proper hibernating baby bear. And last summer, I was out and about. I was a little party girl, having a good time, going out, seeing friends, getting drinks, going on long walks for hours, just enjoying the warm weather. And it's almost like you get seasonal amnesia. You kind of forget what it is to live in these different seasons, and then they come along and then you ease into that version of yourself. So I'm excited for spring, but I'm kind of like, I feel like I have my like little baby deer legs beneath me. I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? All right, I'm gonna finish this, get back to work, and I'll see you at dinner. Hi. So, I messed up. It's a couple days later. Listen, when I was filming the other day, I got my breakfast, I got my lunch, and then I kind of went about my day and I forgot around dinner time. So it's a couple days later. I remembered, at least. Gotta give me that. I am making dinner right now, and honestly, the dinner I'm gonna make for you guys tonight is better than the dinner I ate the other night. I don't even remember what it was. That's how unremarkable it was. What I'm making for dinner tonight is like a go-to dinner for me, particularly if I'm working late or I have some editing to do, or if I need to be out of the house for like a social thing. This takes very little time. It's made with things that I usually have in the pantry or the freezer, and it is udon from frozen, dashi, and then thin sliced beef. So I'm boiling water right now, as you can see. It's honestly so quick. Like, the slowest part of this meal is literally boiling the water, which you have to do twice, once to cook the noodles, another time for dashi. Like, you don't have to do it twice, but it's nice if you want your dashi to be a little bit cleaner. Dumping out the water from boiling the udon, which has some of the noodle starches in it, and reboiling a fresh pot. You can save some time by using an electric kettle to get a head start on the water, which maybe I'll actually do that for the dashi. Please hold. Look at that, getting a head start on the second boil. So you boil water, cook the udon. I always have frozen udon in my freezer. Drain it, shock it with some cold water while you boil the second pot of water to then add dashi granules or like a dashi tea bag into. And then I'm literally, because I'm feeling a little lazy and I'm also very hungry. I had to work late tonight because we had a call with Asia. So in order for it to be reasonable for them and reasonable for us, we had to have a 7:30 p.m. call New York time. So I'm very hungry. Been eating some snacks here and there, but I'm ready for dinner. But yeah, because I'm trying to cut down on time, because I want to eat as quickly as possible, I'm gonna pour that dashi over those noodles, and I'm gonna use the same pot to cook just a little bit of thin sliced beef to add to the noodles, so there's a little protein, it's a little bit more balanced. Quick and easy dinner, you and me, baby. So I always keep these in my freezer because we love udon. In this house, we believe udon is an elite noodle. Strainer. Okay, you literally just cook the noodles for like 1 or 2 minutes. It's super fast, especially because you're gonna put hot broth on top of them. Okay, so back to the pot. Put it back on heat. Take our boiled water. Okay, that should be enough. We're gonna bring this to a low boil. It's almost there. And then we're gonna throw in some hondashi. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, so we're gonna drop the noodles in here. A little closer to you guys. Oh my god, ignore my air purifier. Whenever I cook in this kitchen, the windows close, it goes crazy. Let me try the... I need a soup spoon. So normally when I make a noodle soup as my main, I'll have some sides with it. Like I'll have like a cucumber sunamono. I'll have a side of fukujin zuke, which is a pickle. There is shiba zuke, which is pickled eggplant. So I'll have different pickles. Maybe I'll have like a couple small pieces of karaage that I've thrown into the toaster oven. Maybe I'll steam some shumai while the water is boiling. I'll have it steaming and then I'll make the noodles with that water. There are endless ways to customize an Asian meal. That's one reason why I really love Asian cooking as someone who lives alone. I mean, of course, like I am Asian, so that is my comfort food. That and Italian food, because my father is Italian American. But when you cook for one person, it can be really easy to just have like one plate of food, but I really need a lot of variety. And so if you live near an Asian grocery, like try out the different sides that they often have in packaging. See what you like, and then over time, like learn how to make that for yourself. And because you've experimented and you know what you like, it'll cut down on like packaging waste and cost once you learn how to make it for yourself. But make sure you give yourself ample time to experiment and try new things out. And then that's an easy way to like build variety into meals at home when you're cooking for one person. Ooh, baby. Okay, so I'm gonna finish my dinner, but thank you for watching as always. And yeah, I would love to know, for all of you who live alone, cook for yourselves, what you like to cook. There's an abundance of recipes out there, but nothing beats a recommendation from someone who has cooked a recipe over and over and over again, because it's delicious, it's nutritious, it's budget friendly, and it gets dinner on the table in a reasonable amount of time. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.